see what's going on with my camera here. Yep, there's the front of my house. Hold on one second, guys. All right, sorry about that. I was trying to mess with my camera there. I don't know what was going on. So what's up, everybody? Welcome, welcome. We are heading down south today. We are actually going to Cape May to go work in a certain campground. Like I said, I don't normally like to say the exact names of certain things publicly, but what's up, everybody? So right now, I do get to go into work a little bit later than normal. Right now, it's 8:26. I was like, what the heck is that? Stuff just jumping around in the bed of my van here. One thing that, like I said, is always annoying about a van. Yo, what's up, dude? What's happening? Welcome, welcome, man. What are you up to? Right now, it's like I said, it's 8:30 in the morning here in New Jersey. It's I don't want to say it's a rainy day, but it's definitely a cloudy day. What is making those noises back there? I think it's my horses. My horses are jumping around. Try to hit my brakes a little, see if they'll slide a little. Stop making so much noises. All right, we are heading south. Going to work. I was going to go hop on the parkway because obviously that would be a little quicker, but I have to go pick up concrete blocks. And the reason why is because some of these campgrounds don't require concrete footers. They require these concrete blocks because a lot of the builds that I do in the campgrounds are not allowed to be there's only allowed to be temporary builds. They're not supposed to be permanent structures. So that being said, we build basically these floating decks a lot, but don't get it wrong, they're still strapped to the ground with these like tied down hurricane strappings, which is the craziest thing I've ever seen. But they're really nice. You know, I actually really enjoy doing it, and you know, I've been doing it my whole working career basically anyway, so it's what I'm pretty decent at, and really it's the easiest thing for me now. It's like I'd rather just stick with doing decks and certain type of jobs. I try to stay away from really big jobs, you know, because I'm only a small crew. It's not like, you know, I have anyone working for me or anything. It's just me and my stepbrother and my dad here and there sometimes. So we just like to stick with decks, and I do really enjoy doing it. But, you know, also, I've been really enjoying, obviously, me making these videos, so I'm trying to figure out ways to be more of a full-time YouTuber and make more of a revenue out of these videos that I do all the time. So that's why I'm reaching out to you guys more and more, trying to make sure you guys are all definitely following along, making sure that you guys are subscribed to the YouTube channel. I do have my next giveaway building up as we speak, but like I said, the quicker to get these giveaways going is the more of the following too, and more of the support from you guys. So, and like I said, I make these videos every day. I try to hop on these live streams. These live streams are very tough for me to do because they seem to be very hard to do, and plus, like right now, I should have my mic actually plugged into my setup here, but right now my regular phone was actually completely dead this morning, so I couldn't actually use that as the live stream, which I just had it just turn on just now, my other phone, which can take that mini mic. The iPhone 14 here has the original plug-in for you know, the original iPhone plugin. So that being said, it's not the same plugin that I for the iPhone 16 or for like most cameras. So something that I'm also trying to figure out too. What did I just get? I'm sorry, guys. Oh yeah, I just posted. So I'm trying to be very active with my Bad Apples videos that I did take, because I took a ton of them, but I didn't do it the way I was planning to do it, because we totally left my helmet back in New Jersey, right? Which was a total bummer. Wasn't the end of the world though, because it pushed me into buying a helmet that I probably never would have bought unless if something like what happened, right? Like, really, paramotoring is the cheapest aviation to get into, but it still is expensive. It's not like like anybody can just afford it. And not only that, like for me, like, you know, having the house, the bills, the construction business, trying to be a full-time YouTuber, it's so hard to do all this and try to save money too, but also have all this fun around it. So it's like, what I try to personally do is make it cheaper, that's all. And not like by buying anything crappy or not airworthy, but like with the helmet thing, you can go around and make your own helmet for way, way cheaper than any of the helmets that, like, especially like the helmet that I just bought. But I'm realizing that now why it is worth buying a true aviation helmet for the paramotoring game, and what a difference. Like, I can't hear anything outside the helmet now, which is really amazing. The helmet fits so good on me, like there is no sloppiness, and the comms is so much better that it's making me extremely happy. So I'm really happy about it. Trying to actually see here what so like I said, I gotta go pick up blocks. I have a drawing of job site. That's what I always get. I always get like when I do like these jobs for a lot of these campgrounds, for especially this one, what we do is that they like sell their park models and then they sell our decks with it. So when they sell our decks with it, they give us a layout. So this deck and dance floor, I call them dance floors. This is going to be a floor for what they call Florida room, which is an all-screen and porch room. So that's going to be a 10 by 27, which is what we're actually trying to build today. And then there's going to be a deck out front of it, 7 by 10. 7 by 10. I should say a 10 by 7. And with a set of steps in the center. Looks like steps in the center. It's hard to actually tell while we're driving. I'm not really trying to look at my phone and drive right now. But yeah, so for all you guys that are watching, I just posted another reel on Instagram and Facebook, also TikTok. Even shared a story, or a short, I'm sorry, here on YouTube as well. So make sure you guys all check that out. It is a little bit more of a breakdown of my first day at Bad Apples. So like I said, what I'm going to do is like these little breakdowns of the videos. So super exciting. Like I said, I'm trying to get the most out of it because of the way that I basically videoed everything, because I wasn't really planning on doing it like that. So it just happened to be that way. So dude, I smell a skunk, and it is dead. Someone definitely ran a skunk over. That's a shame. Oh man, it stinks. Phew. Oh man, that is bad. It's gotta be dead somewhere right around here. I still haven't seen it yet anywhere. Could have maybe potentially. Oh, there it was. Wow. And I mean ripped apart. Ugh. Wow, it stinks, man. I can't believe it. It's crazy how bad certain animals will smell sometimes. Yeah, so anyway, like I was saying, everybody, we are going down south, but I am going to stop at Driftwood to go pick up the concrete blocks. That's where I go and get them at. And then we'll keep on heading more south from there. Right now, we're basically in like Dennis Township. And I'm just stuck behind slow drivers. This is the typical norm of my daily routine. But you know, when you drive down Route 9 in South Jersey or in New Jersey, period, like if you go hitting Route 9 anywhere, I'm pretty sure it's the same. No matter what part of Route 9 you hit, the speed limit's 45 to maybe 35 in some spots, but everybody drives 25. Why? I don't know. They should just make all the speed up or the signs all say 25 so that I don't feel so like I'm going super slow. I'd rather almost feel like, oh, I'm doing 30. I'm kind of going over the limit. I feel good. Like, not even like I'm the type of guy who wants to speed, but like really I'm not trying to go under the speed limit. That should be more of a law, going under the speed limit, than actually breaking above. Like, I get breaking above is a big deal, but man, some of these people that are driving underneath the speed limits, that's why, like, self-driving cars are gonna be amazing, you know? Because, like, they're talking about how fully autonomous is gonna happen by the end of June. So, dude, I can't wait to see that. Come on, fully autonomous, right? So, what else is going on? Like I said, I have videos that I'm trying to drop. I went for Beach Flight 2 days ago, which was amazing. I flew for about, I think it was just under 30 minutes. But it was fun. I did a couple touch and goes. We flew over the trees. We flew over the water. Man, we're doing 5 miles an hour right now. It's all good though. Travis, dude. Good morning, man. How are you, man? It's good to see you on here, dude. We are heading to work right now, man. And I'm still looking really forward to hanging out with you, man. So, dude, if you actually... It's great that you're actually on here. If you wait basically one more week, potentially one more week, because, dude, we sold a paramotor, right? So now I'm back down to one paramotor. But I am in the process of building my next new paramotor, which I'm very excited about, and we're almost done. So really, by the end of maybe next weekend, I should have 2 fully built, ready to go paramotors, which I am extremely excited about. So, that being said, man, like I said, I want you to come here, I want you to hang out, and I want you to go up for a flight, and us have a really good time, you know what I mean? It'll be fun. And plus, I know that you probably haven't flown in some time, so it'd be really nice to see you up in the sky, have a good time with your new glider, and just soak it all in, you know what I mean? And like I said, I still haven't actually taken your glider back out since I last flew it, just to give it its one last flight for myself, you know. All right, here we go. This is always an accident area waiting to happen right here, where I always have to pull in to this campground. But nah, dude, like I was saying, man, I know the weather's getting better, but man, in another 2 weeks though, man, we could be flying together, bro. And don't get it wrong, if you wanted to come sooner, that's no big deal at all. I'll only have the one ready, so like, I would still totally let you fly that, no problem at all too, just so you know that, man. Oh yeah, I always forget the block's not over here now. So this this huge company here, Driftwood, is the big deal. These are the guys that you want to get your RVs from. These are the people that these are the real deal company. You know, they have some of the best RVs you can buy, pool behinds. They also have some of the best park models that you can ever buy. And if you guys don't know what the park models are, these are the park models right here. They have siding on them. See how they already come with like a pre-half fab deck. Not all of them have those deck roof overs on them like that. But yeah, man, this is all their trailers. This is their back lot. I'm not really trying to show off too much of their back lot, but right now we're coming over here to grab block from the block pile, which is right there. Nice. We're gonna back up and probably gonna grab at least it was a 10 by 7 dance floor, right? So a 10 by 7 dance floor, that's, I'm trying to think of all my footings. So all my footings here, hold on a second guys, I gotta make sure I don't crash into the other block pile. It's like a maze here. Okay, so real quick, let's see how many blocks that I need again. So if it's a, if that's a 10 by 7, that's 1, 2 by 12. 1. So I need to grab like 18 blocks right now, even for the deck too, though. So give me 1 second, guys. 1 second. I'm gonna grab all the blocks. Well, now I know it was making all that noise. My roommate troubles. I forgot that I had these. One. Two. We got 6. All right, we're at 11. All right, we just got the block. Woo! I always try to be, I'm in no hurry. I would rather come, have a good time, and hang out than just rush. Okay, yeah. All right, no worries, dude, for sure. Whew, I'm a little winded. I always try to be so quick sometimes. Now we are heading south. Whew. You know, those blocks, man, they're not really that light. I just simply threw in here 18 of them. What a beast. No, but seriously, that was crazy. And it, like, sucks kind of doing it by yourself. But, you know, really, it's, like, so dumb to have, like, all 3 of us come here just to do that, so. But, yeah, dude, all right, sounds good, man. Like I said, dude, it is just, hanging out in the house, up in the air, out of the way, in the nice darkness, so. No worry, dude. It's just sitting there, and yeah, it will be sweet to hang out, have a good time, make some cool epic videos, and I was even thinking about it too, because now with all the stuff that I'm starting to get, I would like to do like even like a little podcast with you too. You know what I mean? Like we'll do like a little hangout. We could even potentially do the podcast on the beach. We'll see how that goes, though. We'll see. Or don't get it wrong, we do it in my garage too. So we'll just see how it goes. Yo! Dalton, what's up, dude? Yeah, man, dude, hell yeah. You have a good day too, man. Fucking, we are here hanging out. We're heading south right now. We're going all the way to the bottom of New Jersey today. I'm going to a campground to build a dance floor and a deck today. A 7 by... Is that right? I don't know. It's a 10 by 27. 10 by 27 floor that I gotta build. That's gonna be an addition, and I don't know if we're building the addition or not. Sometimes we do, sometimes the company will build it if they're slower, but I think they're starting to pick up, so that's good, because that means I can potentially be getting some more extra work, which is always what I'm trying to grab. So, but anyway, today we're just doing hopefully a dance floor, hopefully a deck, hopefully we can get all this stuff knocked out by Friday, and then hopefully Saturday I'm over at Asmat's house doing his floor. So I have Asmat's floor to do. I have this setup to do and hopefully have finished by tomorrow night, and then also hopefully have what's it called? I also have Pilot Pat that I have to do some trim to, so I need to really get on that too. So I'm trying to bust all this stuff out in like the next 2-3 weeks here. All right, Dalton, sounds good, my man. Sounds good, brother. Dalton, thanks for stopping in and saying what's up, man. It's good talking to you. Yeah, Travis, it'll be fun, man. Like I said, I got these new, where's my book bag? I actually have them on me right now, but I totally realized that I can't actually plug it into the iPhone 14. I can plug it into the iPhone 16, but normally when I do these lives, I normally have the 14 going. But I'm gonna see if I can't, where is it? Yeah, here it is. So dude, I bought these. The DJI mini mics, dude. So freaking epic. Check this out. So here it is, right? You open it up. Comes with 2 mics and the router converter. You know what I mean? So here's the mics right here. Dude, so sick. They have a clip and a magnet, dude. It is so epic, dude. And I got this at Best Buy the other day. And I bought it brand new, but what's always nice is, because I'm always trying to, like, especially if I'm doing something for the first time. Oh, I got a hole in my shirt. What, dude? I totally got snagged by my door this morning. I felt it too. I didn't realize I ripped a hole in my shirt. Ah, crazy. I'm gonna go through this whole day with a hole in my shirt. So at Best Buy, and I said it in my other videos, there's always a section at Best Buy, or like most electronic stores, that have a section where people have bought something brand new and returned it right away. So it devalues the price of whatever it is. So I actually saw that they had those mini mics in that case. I couldn't believe it. So I got to save myself $50. So, or $30. It was like $35 and some change or something like that. I have to double check that now, but it's super epic that they work great. Everything was in there. I actually even asked after I bought it if it was cool if I just opened it in the store, just to make sure that everything was there, because I always am a little nervous with doing buys like that, especially with it being more on the expensive side. Because I kept thinking to myself, well, why don't you just get the new one and just spend the extra couple more dollars? But what if I didn't like it? What if it didn't sound good? Yeah. Dude, Travis, you know what was so great about it? So my second attempt with it. So my first attempt with it, I did my YouTube video, my last YouTube video that I dropped, my full video with it, and it's great. I can't get over how nice. I redid the whole YouTube video because of how different it sounded than just me talking like this to my computer or to the GoPro or to the phone, right? To record my voice. But dude, I went out to the Woodbine Airport, right, my local airport that I always go to, and dude, it was 35 plus winds, right? They were whipping, and they were whipping so high that, well, what's so nice about those mini mics is that they have the wind blocker, and then you can also take that off. So it's easier to obviously just always keep them on them in the case. So obviously it was on it just now when I showed you, but the point of what I'm trying to get at is that when I was out there hanging out on a live stream talking to everybody said they couldn't hear the wind when the wind was annoying me, actually, because I thought it wasn't going to work. And I walked 50 feet away from the camera, and I still sounded like I was right next to the camera. That's what makes me so happy. And you know, Travis, because I really do want to start doing podcasts, you know, it's something that I'm really trying to focus on, at least start really attempting to do them, is you know, you have to get the mics, you have to start getting the right cameras for it and stuff, which I'm slowly building up to that. But mini mics are so nice because I'm always on the move, right? I don't normally stay stationary in one spot. Like, don't get it wrong, I am looking for an RV. And now I'm actually starting to waive my options of whether it be a pull behind or a drivable. I would still rather it be a drivable, smaller one, because then I just feel like I'd rather have that and like stock it up with food and stuff and just drive this big, huge house around than pulling a house around, right? So that's kind of like where I'm kind of at with everything right now with that too. So I really like the mini mics because we'll be able to go outside. We'll be able to be inside. Like, but don't get it wrong. Like if I was doing a podcast all the time inside, I would buy those stationary mics, you know, that would be hooked, basically not hooked to the table, but would be sitting on a table. And these would always be best for like when I go to a fly-in and I'm walking around, hanging out with people, maybe do like 10-minute videos with, or 10-minute little podcasts with. That's another thing too. It's like I've been thinking a lot about podcasts and how it would be sweet now having these mini mics doing like mini podcasts, like little ones, like running into popular people that we see online and chit-chatting with them for a few minutes. Don't get it wrong, I'd rather really hang out with people and really get to know them, get to know their flying spots, and do a real podcast with them. But I'm trying to have all these different options as well. So, but yeah, like I said, I still got a ways to go. I am like really in traffic here. And plus, you know, it being Thursday with all this craziness anyway, it's like prime time for all these people going to work. And I just saw a guy on a scooter. And, you know, now, I hate using the word shooby, right? But there are a lot of people from out of town that are coming in now, and you can tell the difference. Yeah, I'm not a fan of towing long distance. Yeah, well, that's what I just found out, Travis, with me and Azmat. Like, we pulled a 25-foot camper to Georgia here from Jersey. And don't get it wrong, like, with Azmat's brand new like Toyota Tacoma, smaller truck, it pulled it no problem. And we were so excited, like getting there, you know, it was like an easy ride down. But the ride back seemed to be a little bit harder, and all I kept thinking about on the ride back was like, man, if this thing was a big mobile RV, it would be so much more comforting, because like the guy who isn't driving can go lay in the back and actually close his eyes for a few minutes while, you know, the other guy's still driving. And or we just go pull over at a rest area and just go to sleep without like worrying about anything, you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know, I'm really trying to get an RV. I'm trying to take my time with it. I'm trying to actually build up some extra cash on the side for that. Like I said, I would really love my YouTube channel to help me out with getting an RV. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. You know what I mean? I would love to think that'll happen, but it's also super hard to make a steady revenue off of YouTube. Like, I make a revenue every month off of Facebook, but it's over, well, Facebook too, but YouTube. Facebook is more reliable for what I make every month, and YouTube is really up and down. Like, it is up and down. And, you know, man, it's so crazy. Like, last month, I had over, like, 300,000 people go past my videos. And it's like, damn, if I could have all you guys smashing that subscribe button for free, it's like everything would be changing on my channel. And not only that, I would be doing a lot of giveaways. Like, that's what, you know, I don't know if most of you guys are realizing that or not, but as soon as the real revenue starts to pour in, it's like, it's going to be nothing but epic giveaways, demoing out SkyMax paramotors all the time. My goal is to get a couple SkyMax paramotor frames, a couple stars, a couple Pulsars, and then send them out and let you guys demo them, and even try to get from Vitarazi some of their engines to put on these frames, and then talk to, I guess, a harness company and see what harness company will be the best. Don't get it wrong, Dudek is right now my favorite harness because of how comfortable it is, but You know, I originally started out with the APCO split leg harness, which is also a very great harness, you know, because it grabs you way more. And to be honest with you, I still wish I had that harness. I wish I never sold the harness with the paramotor, but that's okay. You know, like I said, I am here to move on to the next step, here to move on to the next new things, and that's what we're doing. We are building the next new paramotor for you guys, and also it is for sale. So if you guys are interested in this Pulsar that we are converting into the new one, so right now it's two different generation Pulsars. There's the first gen, which is what we have in the shop, which will turn into the second gen, but then they sell now the second generation Pulsars, and the second generation Pulsars have gas tanks on the bottom, and the first generation came with no gas tanks. And the idea was you would put your gas tank bladder in the bottom of your harness, which would be like the Dudek Comfort harness, which has a pouch on the bottom, and then you would put the gas tank essentially in the sack. And you know what? For the design of what they have for the paramotor frame, it was actually a really great idea. But in the long run, you spill fuel, you don't see how much gas you have when you're flying, and now you only have about maybe a good hour or two, potentially 2 hours worth of fuel to rely on without really looking at it. So you really have to know how your motor runs, you know. So that's really difficult, you know, for a lot of pilots, because a lot of people aren't really into the mechanic side of being with paramotors. So, and really, you know, I'm so lucky that my whole life I never really had anything that was new growing up. I always had old used stuff, so I had to learn how to fix these things and keep them going all the time. So there's a lot that I've learned in the process of motors, and I also did go to schooling for it, but I always knew it wouldn't be something that I would ever do. You know, I always kind of just figured I'd be a carpenter. But now I want to be, like I said, a full-time YouTuber, a full-time with paramotoring. Starting work a little later today, huh? Yeah, man. Scoob, what's up, man? Good morning. So I am starting work a little later because the lumber's not there yet still. And I'm still even pushing it now because it might not even come till lunchtime, which kind of sucks. But this is kind of like what happens sometimes, is that we have this waiting game where we're just forced to wait. So yesterday was a really bad weather day, and I guess they just weren't delivering, which is very odd. But we didn't get the material yesterday, but it should be here sometime today. Hopefully no later than lunchtime, because if it comes any later than lunchtime, we'll probably not do any work today. But we'll also, though, at least attempt to get the blocks in, set up the horses, get everything set up and ready. But it doesn't mean that we're going to be able to get anything done, but we'll still try. Sometimes it's always better going to the job and being ready than not at least attempting. Sometimes you just don't know. Like, the lumber could get here a lot earlier than I know. What else is going on? So, but yeah, I have actually a couple people, I should say not only a couple people, I have a lot of people who hit me up all the time for paramotoring related questions on how to fix their motors, right? Because I work on my motors all the time, and not only my motors, but I do work on all my friends' engines that need an extra hand, or knowing that I get hooked up sometimes through Vidarazi with some of their stuff for all the videos that I make. So that being said, I like all my buddies always are giving me their stuff all the time to work on it, because they know I have the stuff in my shop. And not only do I have the stuff, I have the right tools to work on the Vidarazi motors and most paramotor engines. Because don't get it wrong, everybody, I did start out with the EOS 100 booster, and not only did we start out with that two-stroke engine, that motor taught me a lot. And we went through a rebuild with it, we went through a lot of things with it, and really, all around, I really like working on these two-stroke engines. They're simple to work on, but they are high maintenance, you know. These motors, you can get lucky and not have to touch them for hours, but when you're not touching them and things are just getting dirty and you're overlooking things, things are gonna break while you're in the sky. You'll be lucky if you have a fail on the ground. And don't get it wrong, there's nothing wrong with having a motor out up in the sky. The problem is where you're flying at. Like, a lot of pilots do fly where they're 100% safe. Like, say if you're flying at the beach and you're just flying over the beach, but it's winter time, you're going to be 100% safe, no matter the outcome, you know? Well, let's just call it 99% safe. And really, like, in the summertime, you have a motor out at the beach, it's going to be ugly because you're going to probably hit somebody, and it's not cool. And that's why really flying at the beach isn't that cool in the summer, because you're going to be forced to fly over the water. And not only is that not cool, once you have a motor out, where are you going to land at? In the water? Or are you going to smack a whole bunch of people that are having the greatest time ever on the beach? And dude, as soon as you smack a whole bunch of people that are having nothing but a good time at a public beach with your super big paramotor and glider, it's going to be game over for that beach spot forever. So please, everybody that watches my videos, I can't stress it enough that beach flying is very delicate, very fragile. And when you go to do it, you do not do it next to lifeguards. Lifeguards will not approve of it because they have to be looking out for the safety of all the people that they're watching. It is their duty to call it in. And don't get it wrong, I have friends that are lifeguards that that actually love my videos. They like what I do, but they also have a job. And if they see me or anybody else doing the wrong things, what are they going to do? They're going to be forced to call it in. And then once it's called in, and then one time it goes in front of the township, boom, there's the ordinance, and boom, no one's allowed to fly there again. And to be totally honest with you, that's what happened with a lot of Tucker Gott spots in North Jersey. And that's why I try to stress it to a lot of people down here in South Jersey that, yo, don't be coming here and ruining it for where I'm actually flying at, and for where some of us locals actually are, because here we are giving this areas nothing but respect. And here I am making a ton of videos trying to hopefully, to the people that do come out here to the shores, they really are paying attention. And not only paying attention, there's a lot of air traffic here, guys. So really, in the summertime, it's not really the best place to be flying at, like, whenever you think would be just okay to come here and fly. Like, really, what it is more like off season is the best time here. Best time here ever, because everything's open game. But when it does come to summertime, like, yeah, who doesn't want to go and show off a little in front of a whole bunch of other people? But really, showing off is what I'm learning is losing our spots. You know what I mean? So what I've learned now, when I go and fly, when I go take off, say if I am taking off at the beach, I take off where I know no lifeguards are at, where there's no people. Even if I have to walk really far with the gear, I will. Or I won't even fly in that area. If I see that it's heavily crowded and it's summertime and it's even later, like sunset, I won't even do it there. It's not worth it. It's not worth losing the spot for one flight. I love flying the beach. I hate avoiding kites. I know. You know what's so funny about that? I actually have a lot of people that when I'm flying the beach now and having people that are kiting, because some kites can be scary, right? Like, some kites could actually cut other kites in half, right? Depending on their lines and stuff like that, or cut gliders. So that's why it's always important to never be like flying too close to other kites. But I've had people with their kids see me fly by on the beach, like on the ocean side, and then I'll see them in the sand, like real far in the beach sand. And then when I come back flying back towards the LZ, I'll see them like more over the water, and I'll try to always get real close to potentially do like a tip touch. But it's a big risk factor sometimes. Don't get me wrong, I know that a lot of the kites that are probably flying around and seeing on the beach are just the cheesier, cheap ones that probably would never hurt my glider. But you never know. And I don't ever want to have it tangle up or rip something out of someone's hands, or if they're holding on to it really tight, like it's scary to think that it could, like what if it was wrapped around their hand and then it wrapped around the glider and then it pulled me down. Like that could happen. Or like, could you imagine me accidentally lifting up somebody else, and it could be really ugly. That's why, like I said, when you fly at the beach, you got to really worry about the fishermen. You got to really worry about the respect of others. And, you know, when there's lifeguards there, it's just a no-go. No-go. But if you fly at the beach when it's summertime and you're up in the sky, you have to be over the water. You have to be. You know, you can't fly over people or heavy populated areas, right? So you would have to be cruising the water. So when you're cruising over the water, and most of you will definitely be flying lower, I can almost guarantee that there's going to be those fishermen there. So like you got to watch out for the fishing line. It's just all around, like I said, be smart, guys. Don't be foolish. Find a different LZ spot, which there's always tons. Now with summertime really rolling in like it is, I'm going to be just searching for other spots to go flying anyway. Like there's a lot of cool spots, famous spots here in New Jersey that I want to go hit and go buzz around and really share with all of you guys. And really, like I said, we're really famous for the Jersey Devil around here. And not only that, did you know that New Jersey actually has a lot of caves here under the ground? And they even say that we have more water under us here in Jersey than we do on land, which I highly still don't believe that, but I would like to do the research and really find that out. And I would love to go actually finding those caves. You know how cool it would be to go flying, say, from a certain random spot here in New Jersey with my paramotor, but then go land where those caves are, where the New Jersey Devil is known. But maybe it's hard to get there by driving. So maybe it would be cool to go to a spot where it's really hard to get to, but we can get there by the paramotor, and maybe go hiking and try to go find the New Jersey Devil or the creature that lurks, right? Because, you know, before it was the Jersey Devil, it used to be called something else. And right now, I'm totally drawing a blank on what that's actually called. But if I'm not mistaken, oh yeah, I can't think of the name. It's like right on the tip of my tongue, but it's like I'm not, like my mind's like not allowing me to say it. But no, regardless, like I said, I have a lot of cool things that I do want to be doing. And now with it, like I said, being summertime now, rolling into summertime, I want to really focus on flying at different spots, you know, not always blowing up the beach spot. And plus, you know, flying at the beach actually just ruins the paramotors too, by the way. Just ruins them. So yeah, so now Seashore Road. So now we're getting really close. Come on, dude. You gotta pay attention. You gotta stay off your phone. Right, man, we were so close to the campground here. What is the site number? Because once I get here, I gotta tell the site number, which is... Alright, we're getting so close. Alright, site number is N19. This campground, they actually call it Disney World because, and it's not called that. The campground's called, like Seashore or something. Seashore Campground. And really, this campground's like a maze. Like a lot of these campgrounds are actually mazes, really. That's how they, like, for some reason, are just all set up. But this one in particular, you can get so lost so easily. And once we're in the campground, I'll try to show you guys. Because, like, I don't know if anybody will be here yet, because this is a campground a little bit farther away for even the people that work at that RV place that we were just at. Because they have their own crews that come to these sites that put the RVs together, that level them, that do all, like, the finish work stuff. But we come in and we just do the exterior framing work, like the addition, the decks, the dance floor, siding. Sometimes we come in, we do a lot of rot jobs. But the shame about a lot of these park models, they don't really have, I'm not saying the newer ones, the older ones. The older ones never had really the best overhangs. Some never even had plywood walls, which I always thought was insane. But really, some leaking, like, alright, so this campground is called Sun Retreats, but it's really seashore. Sun Retreats is just a camp, like an ownership, big corporation that just owns, like, it's just buying all these campgrounds around here, because all these campgrounds all had different names to them. Alright, so like I said, we're going to site N19, and I do have a map that we're going to go off of, thank God, because if we didn't have that map, it's really confusing in here. So, alright, N19. Nice, they just let me right in. So sometimes, you know, I have to, like, talk to people, check in, but a lot of times when they see me come, they know that I'm working. Alright, so now let's check this out. You want to see the map? So this campground, like I said, guys, is a confusing one. Alright, so here is the map, right? It's kind of hard to see it in the screen, but there's a lot of roads to it, and the finger is where we're heading. So let me see. So we just entered in here, and we're going to go all the way up to the lake. Okay. Right now, guys, I don't know if Mike's already here or not yet. Like I said, I wanted to come in a little bit later because I knew about the lumber. Potentially not going to get here for a certain amount of time. What's this road called? Ortliv is the road that we're actually looking for. But look, guys, I'll show you the campground. Let's turn the camera. All right, so here we are. We're in this campground. We're just, let me roll my window up so people aren't just looking at me while I'm driving by them. There are a lot of people right now that are actually camping, you know, and there's people here now on vacation. Renters are here. Super cool. We got ourselves a worker here from the campground. Good morning. What's up? What's up? We all got to go to work for a living, right? Look, here's this big pond. Nice little park up here. Very cool. Okay, let me look at this. There's the... Oh, this is the first Portland. All right, so I believe that I'm going here. I don't know. This is what I mean. This is really easily confusing. Okay. Like I said, I'm just trying to keep you guys this way to show you, like, these stupid roads. Alright, well, now we're gonna go this way. And then I gotta make my first left, if I'm looking at the map correctly. But check this out. It's like a whole nother world back here. There's so many people already living back here for the whole summer season. Some of these campgrounds are open for 6 months. Some, I think this one might be open for 9 months out of the year. You don't build on someone else's camp? Laugh out loud. You don't build on someone else's camp? Laugh out loud. So we build. So, like this campground, if I'm not mistaken, these people don't own their lots in this one. So the campground owns the lot, but the people own the units, the trailers, you know, so they obviously probably pay like an HOA camp fee, some type of thing. All right, so I believe I'm making a left here onto Nightingale Way. But yeah, look at all these pool behind, guys. These are your regular pool behinds here. Crazy to see so many of them. You can tell that some of these are older. All right, cool. We're coming up to a bathhouse. It's always nice to have bathrooms near you when you're in these campgrounds because, you know, we all got to go to the bathroom sometimes. All right, so there's N11, and we are looking for N19, and it looks like it's going to be here on the end. All right, I think it's right here around this corner, guys, right here to the right. And man, this is tough to tell, man. And it's a tight turn right here. Oh, yep, here it is, guys. This is it. This is the unit right here to the right. You see this, guys? All right, so if no one's here, we'll get out and I'll walk you guys around the whole park model. Nice, dude. No one is here yet. All right, this is great. And there's no neighbors to at least bother. Look at this place right across the street. Jeez, it's like a whole house. That's actually not normal to see. That's actually like two real, what do you call it? What do you call it? Modular? That's like a modular home right across the street. That's cool. It's probably like one of the owners. Okay, so let's get you off. All right, hopefully my camera doesn't die. So let's walk around the job real quick, and I'll show you guys what we're doing. Okay, so like I said, we do work for Driftwood, right? That's who subs us out all the work. They're the people that sell these park models. Driftwood RV, like I said, they are actually the best RV company in New Jersey. So, and really, I'd like to actually even say on the East Coast. So definitely check them out. Driftwood RV. But here's one of their park models. This is one of their normal ones that they have here. And so what we're going to build is a dance floor, right? So there's going to be a big, huge, an aluminum room built right here, right? And then in the front, we're going to build a deck right here. So you see how there's a slider right here? So I'm already going to assume, because of how many we've done, that the room is probably going to be ending somewhere right here. And it'll probably, like I said, the room's only going to be 25 foot by 10, right? So being all the way over here on this side, it's not going to go all the way to the end because these are normally like 35 feet long. So we're probably going to be somewhere right around here. Probably somewhere right there. And like I said, probably just past the slider. And then we're going to have a 7-foot deck off the rest. So, all right, everybody. I think other people are showing up. So I hope that you guys did all enjoy. Make sure you guys all stay tuned. I will show you guys the finish of this setup at the end. So, like I said, everybody, I do have the other workers coming here now. And like I said, out of respect, I don't like to blow up the spot. But this is it. So, all right, everybody. I hope that you guys all have a great day. And I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace out. Wait, what was that, Scoob? Oh, that stinks, dude. Well, listen, Scoob, we'll talk more about that. Maybe you can send me some pictures and maybe I can help you out with your deck. So, all right, everybody. I'll talk to you guys all in the next one. Like I said, it's time to go to work. So, peace out.